Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Oops to Aha. Today's episode of Learning Unlocked with Deepa, where we decode how adults really learn. Today, we are talking about something called desirable difficulties. Sounds odd, paradoxical, right? How can a difficulty be desirable? Actually, this idea comes from learning expert and cognitive psychologist Robert Jock and has been explored further in 2024 article Rethinking Training, the benefit of embracing desirable difficulties, published in August 2024 on applied clinical trials online, and is supported by foundational research from Frontiers in Psychology and James Nottingham's 2023 work on desirable difficulties. These refer to learning experiences that are challenging, that makes learning slower, deeper, harder, thereby making stronger memory, optimizing transfer, and deeper processing. In other words, learning that feels tough in the moment but it pays off big later. Why it really matters in adult learning is because we as adults bring in prior knowledge, habits, need for quick wins, and sometimes ego. But real growth really happens when we struggle with a concept, make incorrect mistakes, wrestle with ambiguity, reflect on experience. This discomfort isn't a flaw, it's the learning process working. Like how I'm trying to do this PIDP course after 35 years of formal education. It's tough, but I'm trying. Now let's look at some of the powerful strategies that can aid learning stick. Spacing and interleaving, where you space out lessons, mix topics, and which keeps the brain really alert. Generation and retrieval practice, asking learners to solve or recall before giving the answer. Recall beats rereading, right? Changing context, where you practice in different location, formats, team setups, which builds real-world adaptability. And finally, fueling curiosity, where you give productive challenges to adults who are juggling work and learning. This fuels curiosity in them. In my field of media sales training, this could look like spaced case studies, where instead of reviewing multiple TV campaigns in one go, you look at different campaigns each week over several weeks, through which learners revisit and reflect over time. Second is interleaved pitch simulations, which means mixing different types of sales scenarios like selling to a brand manager, a media agency, a direct client within a single class. Learners get to shift mindsets quickly and apply knowledge flexibly. Next is generation first, which means you present a real world sales challenge and asking learners to propose solutions before teaching the best practice approach. For example, you have to sell a prime time slot to a skeptical client, or you're trying to sell a Mobla pen to a client. How would you pitch it? So then you compare learner responses to expert strategies. Next is retrieval practice, where you use digital or physical flashcards to quiz learners on key concepts at spaced intervals. This would lead to reinforcing memory through active recall. Next is vary practice settings, where you change the learning environment or context for the group, where you try to mimic the unpredictable nature of real sales environments. Moving to the reliability of this article, it has been published by Applied Clinical Trials Online, a respected source for adult and professional education, especially in clinical and healthcare contexts. It's been published in August 2024, so it's recent and relevant to current adult learning challenges. It's grounded in solid research from big names like Daniel Kahneman, Amos Tversky, and David Davis, and pulls from peer-reviewed studies in psychology and medical education. Aimed at adult educators, trainers, and learners in professional setting, the article's purpose is really to translate the cognitive science into actionable strategies for real-world learning environments, because we all are here for lifelong learning. Finally, I wrap this podcast by saying that a world obsessed with convenience and speed, desirable difficulties really remind us that that struggle isn't failure. It's actually a part of how adults truly learn and grow. We must allow for pauses, errors, and reflection. For when we see a friction happening in the learning, grappling with the concept, it's really the brain working, trying to make meaning. So let's not rush to rescue them. Thank you. This is your host Deepa signing off in this Sunday morning at English Bay with a final saying that goes in sports: train hard so that you can play easy. Have a great day. Bye bye. Thank you, and watch, comment, and share your thoughts on this. Thank you very much.